These are my brother's new pet ants, and today I promised I'd build them a tiny mansion to live in. The only problem? I hate ants. I've never built anything in my life, and I'm broke. I still live at home. But if I'm actually able to pull this off, these will become the richest ants in all of history, which is just insane. That would be an awesome goal to achieve. Before we get into that though, let's go back to earlier today when my little brother Rockwell randomly came home with an army of ants. Bro, holy schmeef, look at these things. Okay, these are much more terrifying than girls. I recommended we just set them free, but Rockwell insisted we build them a mansion. Also, before we jump into it, PETA, if you're watching this. Oh, hey, PETA, but yeah, there'll be no animal cruelty, I promise. Now, I need to come up with a plan. I really wanted something that when Tarantino saw it, he would freak out and show his feet. If you don't know, he makes movies and loves feet. I mean, loves. So, here's what I'm calling the Mega 6 Boom Suavecito Ant game plan. Each boom will be a next step to these nasty ants just becoming rich.
Mr. Beast.
Step 0, though, is meet the ants. This is Diddy. He looks a little oily if you ask me, so yeah, that's why. And then this is Zuckerberg. He honestly, dude, if I'm being 100% honest, he smells like bum sweat. And this is Mr. Beast. He keeps trying to get people to try his chocolate, which is interesting. This one is Ryan Trahan, sweetest dude alive.
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Hello. Hi, Ryan. And this absolute freak bit me 3 times, and his name's Kanye. He's a little crazy. Now, there were more of them, but I'm pretty sure they escaped into our house, and I asked my good friend Chat if any of these ants are deadly, and it said yes. So if you're ever sleeping in my house, hold your wieners when you sleep because you don't want any crawling through the Step 1.
The tank.
First, I guess I needed a tank. I wasn't really sure why I would need that. I mean, yeah, these guys are scary and not the sweetest looking things, but a tank? It took a while to drive there too, but once I got there, I realized that there weren't any for sale. I'm sorry, stupid joke, but yeah, let's just cut that out. Anyways, Pet Fart came through. 20 bucks later, I had the ant's new crib, which means I had like 80 bucks left to my name. I'm no longer a self-checkout demon because I'm onto a higher road in life. If I wasn't, this tank would have been the same price as a Twix. Step 2, grub and bev. All right, next up is to get the grub and bevs. I gave them rocks, dirt, and sand as the base layer. You're probably thinking, how did you even get to that answer? And I'll have to tell you, my dear friend, I ran this equation, I set up an algorithm which led me to think that those were probably the only outside things that and yeah, I've just looked at that and that's exactly what I got. For food, they need sugar and protein. Like, holy picky, bro. So I gave them this black tar hair that I had sitting around in my desk. Don't worry, animal lovers, it was a joke. Oh my gosh. So I guess you're supposed to dip cotton in water so they don't drown in the water, and then I gave them sugar. Let's test if they prefer their friend Ryan or Jimmy's sweet treat more.
Let's see which one you like more. There's one we did on one. Oh, he's like, wait.
Whichever answer to the feasibles or the let's see. So far, like Happy Crush. Oh, they chose feasibles.
Hey, Pisas.
Step 3, training. Because look, in life, there is life, and sometimes because look, in life, there is life, you have to do stuff that's in life. I started watching Goggins. I got in the mindset and showed them one of the most challenging workouts I know. It starts off with 10 sets of horsing around followed by 10 scrolls. The 10 scrolls are quite hard because actually not scrolling to 11 is super difficult. Okay, yeah, seems like they're not really enjoying all that. It's fine, I'm not mad. Step 4, the actual mansion. The big one. The reason that the 3 people who clicked on this video came here to actually see. Do I speak Spanish? See. Now, I have 2 choices. I can try and use stuff lying around my house, or I can go to the scrap store and actually build them a tiny mansion that looks really cool and is worth your time. And like the cheapskate I am, I first started off finding things around the house to build it. I started off with some popsicle sticks, which, yeah, it just looks stupid. I mean, what am I doing? This isn't a mansion, this is a trap house. I think Diddy would have loved it, but the other boys, not so much. Alright, so I scrapped that. Time for build number 2. Hopefully this one's better. I wanted to go all out for this, so I bought some of this foam core, I got some tools, and I took a shot of testosterone because, oh my gosh, the scrap store was so zesty, bro. I really only know 2 mansions since I live in a really small town. The first one is the Team 10 mansion, and the other one is the Clout House. So I decided to try and recreate the Clout House, but you'll see that was kind of a mistake. So my first idea was to just kind of cut out random pieces and then start putting them on here. I measured this thing out based on the tank sizes, so it's going to be a little bit smaller so it fits inside there. But when I start cutting out pieces, I'm just starting to get really overwhelmed because like each piece that I cut out is crooked, and when I put it down, it just like flops over. And it just looks weird. Like, this just is gonna be so stupid. I don't know. I'm only like 5 minutes in and I'm already like sweating and I kind of want to give up. I should have chose an easier house. I'm also not following anything and I've never used this foam board, which by the way, feels disgusting to touch. It's like cotton balls. Like, oh, I just want a Picasso in my casa. Oh, my castle. But after that, I started to find a little groove. I mean, seriously, who's letting me have fun? I haven't had fun in a while, so this is great. I now just glued together the first floor, and I don't know, it looks pretty bad for like DIY standards, I guess. But for me, like, this is the first thing I've ever built in my entire life. Like, this looks actually pretty cool. Like, the hot glue is kind of sticking out, but pretty proud. The only problem is I started this around 8 a.m. and it is now 1 p.m. So just this alone took me 5 hours because I kept messing up. Like, I have a million extra pieces and crap and couldn't figure out anything, and this X-Acto knife keeps getting dull. When I first started, I was extremely overwhelmed and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna scrap this entire video. But I'm starting to like kind of get into it, even though it doesn't look great. I think I'm gonna have to do a lot to make it look better. So yeah, now I don't know if I want to just add on a full another layer, or yeah, I probably do. But this is looking way better than our first attempt, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep. Seriously, 8 hours later, I had something that actually looked like a house. We got 2 floors, windows, trim. I mean, if you compare this to the size of an ant, this thing is massive. And I want to start adding in some more details. I really wanted that resin pool, but I went to the store again, the Scraft store, and felt very demasculated. It's all right. I'm starting to get used to it. But it was like $110 or something for the kit, and you guys know that I can't afford that. I bought this little drink cart for them to celebrate, and I'm realizing the proportions of this are massive. It's way bigger than the first floor of the house. I mean, come on. This thing's starting to look really good. I'm proud of myself. I normally quit a lot, everything. I'm just gonna take a guess before I put the house in and install it that I think Ryan's gonna enjoy it the most. I feel like he'll be the most appreciative. Step 5, move in. Finally, it's move-in day. And yeah, Rockwell didn't care it was perfect. He just cared that his aunts got a mansion. And honestly, looking at their new crib, it's more than I thought I'd ever pull off. Day 1, it was nothing but cereal and a jar. And day 30, since it's on ant time, it's a lot faster. This was pulled off in 1 day. They now have an ancient, and I think they are some of the richest ants in history. Yeah, it's not the best build by any means, but to an 8-year-old, this is peak real estate. Don't worry, we set them free within the day we got them, so they're back to their natural habitat. Bye!